Yeah, we found out the hard way that they are doing construction and it's just a total mud fest. Like we trash our shoes. That's why like that little reel that I made, like I took a picture of my shoes and I'm like, yeah, these don't look that bad, but I did stick them in snowbanks to try to get all the mud off of them.
Well,
But
you learned your
overall,
lesson.
I did.
You
I
learned your
did.
lesson. And look at this. Our first call into the episode. We have Hanna Banana live from Tokyo. What's up?
Woohoo!
Yay,
Let's
Hannah!
go.
What's going on? Hey, I would say, look at that
Beautiful.
beautiful medal.
Mm-hmm.
I would say happy anniversary because it's March 1st where I am, but where you
Mhm.
are, it's actually March 2nd.
Yeah, but you know what? We're like pushing it like the last 12 hours of yesterday and the first 12 hours of today.
Still
That's
counts.
yeah, exactly. We're so far ahead, so it's still the anniversary.
Hannah, congratulations. I just want to
Thank
make sure I get
you.
that out in the open. You are such a rock star for being out there and well time traveling, coming to talk to us about your experience. But yay, I'm so glad you joined us today.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
When you were getting married 1 year ago today on March
Mhm.
1st in Mexico, did you
Mhm.
think 1 year from later you'd be celebrating your first anniversary by running a marathon in Tokyo?
Definitely not. Definitely
Surprise.
not. It's a big surprise, big surprise. But hey, that's what life is, you know? See what adventures it takes you on.
Beautiful.
Can we go through this whole story about how you
Mhm.
found out you're running Tokyo? What went through your mind when you're like, oh shit, right? You're like, I can't actually do this. How am I going to
Mhm.
pull this off? We even tried to think of ways to get around it and defer for a year. Tell the listeners like about that moment in that time.
Yeah, I entered the lottery on a whim just because I was like, there's no way in hell I'll get in. Like, everything I hear is like, it's impossible to get into this marathon, especially via the lottery. But then one day I woke up and I had an email and I was selected. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at the date. I was like, oh, wait, this is my first anniversary. And then I looked at the date again. I was like, oh, wait, we have a vacation like the week before. I don't know if
Oh.
we could do this. But me and my husband, we, made it work. Figured out how to like get the time with work and with family and everything, and decided like, this would be an awesome opportunity. Let's just go and figure it out and have a good time. And here we are.
That is amazing. So you had your first vacation. How long in between from when you got back from that vacation did you have to leave for Tokyo?
I think 4 days. We
Mm.
got back like super late Wednesday night, like Thursday morning, and then had to leave then Tuesday night. So yeah, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days basically. So a little less than a
Still no
week.
time to relax.
You were in Montana skiing for that vacation at your sister-in-law's. Mike's whole family was there. Like, not just
Yes.
you went to visit his sister, like 20 of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, no, it was a full family vacation. And she lives in Montana, yes, but it actually wasn't her house. This was a different area of Montana that she also traveled to go to this mountain and stay in this big house together. But yeah, it was a big family vacay.
Oh, so you were just jet setting all over the place, but I want to hear all
Yes.
about Tokyo. I know Montana was awesome because I've seen some pictures, but tell me about Tokyo. So you got there. So if you left on Tuesday, was it Thursday when you landed? Is that
Yeah, we
how the
landed.
time changes?
Yes, we landed
Mm.
Thursday at 5 a.m. Tokyo time. So had luckily, which was good because then we had all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday to try to get like acclimated as best as we could for the marathon
Mhm.
on Sunday. And Tokyo's been awesome. We've been eating really good food, although we're going to start eating even better because we were trying to, not go too crazy before the
No
marathon.
coke rounds.
Yes, exactly. Did not want that. But so now, like right after this, we're gonna go get some like delicious French toast pancake type situation
Ooh.
stuff. We're gonna start eating really, really good. But Tokyo's been amazing. The people have been so lovely, and the race was awesome. I mean, you've run it, Erica, so you know the course is so cool. Like you're running by so many cool sites and different
Mhm.
neighborhoods, and there was crowd support truly 100% of the time. There were no stretches where there weren't people on the side. Like even in New York, and it's a little different, but even in New York, like there's an occasional like mile where you might not have people, or you're on a bridge and there's no people.
Mhm.
100% of the time, there were people cheering for us. And it was a lot louder than I expected.
That's so awesome. I need to get your opinion on the course itself. So I know it is a pretty flat course. It's really cool, but it does have a lot of out and backs. What were your thoughts on those?
The the out and backs were hard, and you know what? I'm so happy with how my race went in the sense that truly my goal was just to finish, and I know they have really strict cutoff times in this
Mm,
marathon, and I was just I was pretty confident I would be fine, but you just never know with jet lag, and I've been slightly under the weather, and like you just never know what kind of race you're going to have. So my true one goal was to just finish.
mm.
But I thought because it was such a flat course that like this would be a PR from New York, which it wasn't. Um,
Well, I
and
know
I,
why that happened.
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that is
You didn't
probably
have your
a
trusty sidekick for the
no,
Oh,
I'm
full
I
sure
was
that
like,
was a part of
26.2.
why?
it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a part of it, keep me going. But the out and backs were mentally tough at some points because you'd see the people on the other side and you'd be like, oh, cool. And you'd see like the kilometer number on the other side and like, oh, okay, like I'm getting there. And then you're like, oh my gosh, wait, I have like 6 miles to go this way and then 6 miles to go back that way. So the very last out and back was really what got me. And like I was feeling
Mm,
good up until about mile 22. And then those last 4 miles, I was like during that last out and back, I had to stop and like take some walk breaks. And it was mentally tough, those parts.
yeah.
But besides that, the course was super cool. And yes, flat being nice, but the out and backs were tougher than I anticipated, 100%.
Like, it is cool because you get the crowd support, and it's neat
Hmm.
to see, like, you just get people everywhere, like, just the
Yes.
runners themselves too, but it really you're like, "Holy shit, I have to go how far until I reach
Yes.
the end of this and I can turn around?"
Yes.
Like, it does mess with you mentally.
Yeah. Like the last out and back was like, when you start the out and back, you see on the other side like 1 kilometer left. And so you're like, oh, I'm so close. Like I just have to do this out and back. But then you remember, I'm like, oh, wait, I'm at kilometer like 29 right now.
Oh,
Like
wow, yeah.
I got a lot of kilometers to go to get to that 1 kilometer left. Um, but it's okay. It was so fun. The people on the course were awesome. Like lots of people dressed up. Like I said, the crowd support was amazing. But the other thing was it was hot. Like it
Was
was
it? What were you
yes, it
dealing with for temps?
mid six it was like 65 and sunny. Um,
Oh.
which I mean it's not the end of the world. Like it definitely could have been hotter, but just training and winter running, I was not prepared. And I was expecting to come in and have it be maybe like a 40, a 50-degree day. So 65
Mhm.
was it was up there for me.
Also a surprise. But so
Yes.
you had the awesome crowd support, but tell us a little
Mhm.
bit about how awesome Mike was during this
Oh
race
my
for you.
gosh. Mike was the best. He's laying right next to me.
I know it's like
Getting
early
some
there for
some
you guys, so
rest.
I hope you're getting some good rest after
Oh,
and
yes. Yes, we went to
he was
dinner
running around
last
too.
night and then came back and we're just like, in bed
Mm,
since like 7 p.m. type thing. But
smart.
Mike was the best. He saw me at 7 different spots along the
Whoa.
course.
7?
Yeah,
Wow.
which is
He's
so
the
crazy.
man.
He is the
How were you
man.
the night before? Do you remember New York City? You remember after mom and dad and everybody left and how
Yes.
you were feeling, which was
Li-
like a odd feeling, right? You were
yeah.
nervous in a way. How are you this time?
Anxious, yeah. I was definitely a little anxious the night before this time too, but less so. Less so. I was confident that I would be able to do it, but it was just, it's a big day that you're getting into and still it's only my second marathon, so I'm still like you never know. You really never know. So I was anxious, but less so than in New York,
Quick
but just by
question.
a little.
So before we get into how awesome Mike is, where were you guys staying? Were you staying like closer to the start line, closer to the finish line, or just somewhere in between? Like, how were the logistics of getting there race morning?
We're staying in Ginza, which is near the finish line, which is great. So
Oh,
we could just
awesome.
walk back. It was like a 10-minute walk,
Mhm.
maybe 15 minutes with my slow legs at that point, but quick walk back to the hotel, which is what I wanted. And getting to the start line was super easy. I mean, I live in New York, so I do public transportation on the trains all the time. So I'm
Oh,
pretty
you're a
used to it.
pro.
So I'm a
Yeah.
pro, and the trains here in Tokyo are so easy, and like for me at least, and like Google Maps is super helpful. So I was never worried about finding my way to the start. I was always more just like, once I finish, I want to be done. I want to go back to
Yup.
my hotel and shower and lay down. I don't want to have to get on a train for 30 minutes. So yeah, we're near the finish line.
Awesome.
And it's a cool area too. Although I haven't gone yet. We're now in the next few days going to go to Shinjuku, which is where the start line is, because we haven't experienced that area yet, except for
That's
my
right.
quick, run through. And that area is like really cool, like kind of classic Tokyo. So I'm excited to see
Mhm.
that.
What was it like getting to the starting line? Remember, New York took us 5 hours. We took subway, boat, bus. Tell me about that.
Took me 2 trains, 30 minutes, super
Wow.
easy. And it was also, I was a little surprised. Granted, I did make sure to get there like right as the corrals opened, just because I don't want to be nervous getting there late. So I was there on a little bit of the earlier side, but it was very quiet. Like in New York, you get on a train and it's like everybody there is going to the
Yeah.
race. Here it wasn't. It was like there were a few other people. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going in the right direction. These people are going
Hmm.
there too. But it was not like New York where you're like with crowds and crowds of runners. Not until I got there. But yeah, it was super easy.
What was everything like for you then in this way? I'm comparing to New York. New York was like your home race. You knew people. We were talking to people you knew. You're on the other side of the world. It's a
Hmm.
different language. Like,
Yeah.
is anything in English? What kind of things were out there that helped you, or was it harder, easier? Were you stressed more?
So, yes. So, I think one of the things that made me anxious the night before for this race was that I didn't know the course as well. Like New York, even though I didn't run it prior, I knew the course like, mile by
Mhm.
mile. I knew where you were going, and they had
Hmm.
mile markers. I'm not used to running and like by kilometers.
Yup.
So that made me concerned. I was like, "Oh, I feel like it's just gonna mess with me, like, I'm not gonna know actually where I am on the course." Obviously, I had my watch, which was helpful,
Right.
but that made me nervous, and also, like, to find Mike, which luckily ended up being super, super easy because he had my big fat head,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Right
was
there.
so helpful to spot. But I was like, like, you can he was like, "Okay, I'll be at kilometer 9." I'm like, I don't know where kilometer 9 is. Like, I have no idea what neighborhood that is. Like, what, out and back. I've got no clue. So, what made me nervous, yeah, was just, yeah, that's the one. That's the fat head. Yeah. So, what made me nervous truly was just like that, not knowing the course as well, not being comfortable, like running in kilometers for measurement. That was the big thing for sure. But
Mhm.
once I was out there, it was a little bit easier. They did have a few mile markers, not a lot, but maybe like 3 or 4 throughout the course, for like,
Oh.
big, like they had the 1 mile and then they had like 25. So a few random ones here and there. But
Gotcha.
I kept, I followed my watch to like know where I was in terms of mileage for my
Yep.
pace.
Did you know anybody there? Like anyone running Tokyo, or did you happen to meet up with anyone you might have known or talked to on like a Facebook group or something?
So there were actually 2 people that I had been in touch with who are in my like neighborhood run club that were also running. And one woman was in my corral. And so we were hoping to meet up. But as I said, I got there really early. She got there a little bit late and then had to get in a bathroom line, and it took
Oh.
forever. Um, so we didn't end up seeing each other in the corral because she wasn't able to enter it. She had to like start at the very end of our corral. So no, I didn't
Oh.
get to see anyone, but I had been like, chit chatting with them, which was nice, some moral support. But besides that, no, I didn't know anybody. It was like a totally opposite experience from New York.
That's cool. I'm glad you had that experience. I think that's cool.
I have to
Yep.
say one thing, Erica, I don't know if you saw this or remember this, but speaking of bathroom lines, the men's urinal porta potties have no doors.
Huh? Wait.
They have porta potties like that
Is it
just
like a
have
walk-in
urinals in them.
area, or do you get to see them standing like from the
Yes.
backside?
Yes, it's like a full
Interesting.
row of regular porta potties on my left and a full row of urinal porta potties on my right with no doors.
Now, what about the ladies' bathrooms though? Erica, weren't they different when you went?
They had a couple different styles. So they had what was called Western style porta potty that had like the actual toilet,
With
but
the
then they
sauce,
had the
right?
ones that just like you squat over. And I was like, I'm not doing
Oh,
that. Nope. I'm going
I
into
did
the
not see any
Western
of
porta potty
those.
line.
I did not see any of those. Um, I didn't use any of the bathrooms along the course, only before at the start. But yes, only saw your classic Western toilet. But I was just
Yes.
so shocked. Like I looked to my right and I'm like, oh my God,
Was it like a
20
trough?
men using a urinal.
Like one big trough, like one big tub?
No, it was like one porta potty with one urinal. So it was just,
Okay. See, the
rows of.
troughs, a lot of people like, ew, but I mean, honestly, everyone goes up and there's no line, and you just take an open spot.
Yeah.
It's old school. It's
It's
definitely
quick.
old school. You don't see it
Yeah.
as often anymore, except if you go to like an old racetrack or old sporting arena. You don't see those troughs anymore.
All I can say is, Hannah, when you go to Berlin, you're gonna see people peeing in bushes everywhere.
Chicago
So,
too, because it's
well,
nasty.
apparently Chicago too, but it's really bad in Germany.
Tell us about the finish. Tell us everything from like the last mile, crossing the line, getting the medal. Like, and again, compare it a little bit to New York for me, just in comparison, like not what was better, what was worse, but like the mile walk after New York. Remember that? So how was
Yeah.
Tokyo here?
And to add to it, just before you get started, Hannah, what were some cool things you saw along the way?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me start with Erica's question first. We'll go along the way.
Love it.
So, along the way, there was, like I think I mentioned earlier, so many runners like in cool costumes. Like there was like a minion costume and all these anime characters, and this guy that was like fully dressed as a monkey and just like
Oh,
crazy
wow.
costumes along the way. Really great crowd support along the way. But you also see super cool like running through Shinjuku in a few of the neighborhoods where it's just like it kind of looks like Times Square, but it's all like anime and these bright colors and just like really cool sights. And then you run by a bunch of like shrines and more like traditional Japanese buildings. You run by like Shibuya Sky Tower, and you see so many cool like Tokyo sights, which is really awesome. You run over a river at one point. It's truly like a tour of the city. So those were some of the cool things I saw. They also, another cool thing, I didn't partake in a lot of them because they had like really good like food along like at aid stations, but it was food that I hadn't eaten before, so I was like, I'm not gonna try it now, like with
Smart
jelly
idea.
pastes and like these like chocolate macadamia nut things and just like stuff that I don't know what they are. Although when I just say chocolate macadamia nut, like that sounds like something I'd eat, but there was something different about it. I forget. But yeah, so much cool stuff, so many cool buildings and structures. I had tried to take like a lot of content, Eric, getting some pictures. I haven't looked at it, so Lord knows how shaky it is.
Well, it's funny enough because a girl started following the podcast the other day, and her handle is Hanna Banana Runs. And instantly
Oh,
when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, you created a running page for running only. And then it was someone totally different. But
not me,
forever
not
we've called
me.
Hanna Banana. So I
Hannah
thought it was
Banana,
like,
that's
oh my
me.
God.
And then the finish. So like I said, the last 4 miles were tough for me. Before that, I was doing good, but the last 4, like the heat was really getting to me. My legs were feeling tired. I wasn't in pain, like nothing specifically was hurting me, but my legs were just sore. And I was just like at the point where I was like, okay, like I'm ready to be done with this. So I did like a lot of walk breaks, a little the Galloway method, RIP.
I know.
But then when I got to the last mile or like maybe the last kilometer even, then I started getting excited again. I was like, okay, I did it. Like I'm doing this. I saw Mike one last time, like right after the 1 kilometer mark. And it was just like this one cool straightaway along like a cobblestone street. So my energy really picked up there. And then I crossed the finish line. And once again, I got emotional. I got a little teary. but like nothing crazy. But I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Got my medal. And then luckily, compared to New York, the walk to like exit the course area was not as crazy. It was not like a full mile. It still was some walking, but the volunteers were super congratulatory to everybody, cheering us on, even as we were, leaving the course area. Got a lot of the water and Picari sweat and some different fuel for us to recover. And then I went and I found Mike on the street, and then we began a 10 to 15-minute journey back to the hotel where I hobbled.
Oh, Hannah, we are so proud of you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
so
you
glad you
so
had a
much.
good experience with it. And like now you can really celebrate. You guys can go eat the
Yes.
food, walk the
Yes.
city, check everything
Yes.
out.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And that's
It'll be a
2
lot of
down,
fun.
Hannah. Two stars.
And New York is next. Could we get another close up of that medal? Could we get another close up? Look at that. That is cool. I love that New York and now Tokyo. I don't know if Tokyo was before, but Boston, they're kind of going with that gold theme.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't all have
Tokyo
to be
was
gold, but the
before
new
too.
Bostons are gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think from what I've seen online, I think the 2025 Tokyo medal was essentially the same exact thing.
I'm pretty sure mine is too, and I've got the 2023, so I think it's been that way for a while. But
yeah, I think they've been
if
kind
it
of
ain't broke,
tried
don't
and
fix
true.
it.
Exactly,
It's perfect.
exactly.
Now looking at it, like put it in your hand. Is it bigger, smaller?
It's definitely smaller.
Yeah.
Definitely smaller than New York. I don't get me wrong, I love it. I think it's so fun and so classic, but New York is definitely my favorite. New York is also a shinier gold. This is a little more like
Ah.
muted. But
Are
it's
you
definitely
going
smaller.
to submit that for our March Madness medals competition?
Sure, I'll send you a pic. I'll send you a
Yeah.
pic and you can add it to March Madness.
Oh,
We'll also
yeah.
need maybe like one of your other NYRR medals. Give us
Whatever
two.
you got that's cool.
Yeah.
And
that
maybe
you
a little
think is
unique.
cool and like worthy enough. It doesn't need to
I
be
got you.
the biggest race, but the coolest
Okay.
medal. Yeah.
I got you. Once I'm home, I'll send you some submissions. I
Excellent.
recently got like a medal holder on my wall, so now we have like all of my medals
Oh,
displayed,
I love
which
it.
I love.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Makes me feel good every time I look at it. I'm like,
Awesome.
yes. Look at what
So
hard work can do.
what's on deck for you guys for? I know you said you're gonna explore more of the like Shinjuku area, but like, is there anything specific you guys are gonna go check out? Any food you're looking forward to? Like, you're not allergic to the stuff that Eric is, right? Like, you can have like
Nope.
one of those jiggly cheesecakes or.
I can eat it all. I can
Mm.
eat it all. Yes, we're gonna
Excellent.
go. We want to get more ramen. We have had some ramen, but
Mhm.
we can never have enough. We want to do conveyor belt sushi. We want to do like a bunch of the cool like desserts and stuff they have. What's the omelet thing we're gonna get?
Oma rice, I think.
Oma rice, or just like an
Ooh.
omelet on top of rice, and you like cut it open, and it's just
I've seen those videos.
yes,
That's cool.
yes. So we're gonna just like eat so much. I'm so hungry now.
You deserve it. Go eat all you can.
Yes, we're
Gotta
gonna eat
refuel.
so much.
What was the thing you were doing before the race that looked like you could have easily sprained an ankle? You were jumping on these balls in this weird dark room.
We went to, it's called Team Lab Planets. It's this cool like interactive museum, maybe. I don't know how to explain it. I've never been to anything like it, but it was so cool. You're just like in these. They have a bunch of different exhibits within, and I'll have to send you some like pictures or videos. But there's like a water exhibit, and you're like wading through a foot of water. Like you have to take your shoes and socks off, and you're just like
No
walking
way.
around this museum barefoot through a foot of water. And there's all these light projections, and there's all these different rooms that have like different things you can touch. And the room you saw me jumping on the balls, that was the athletic forest. And so it's all like these kind of trippy lights, and there's slides you go down, and there were these like swing stairs you had to climb across. And the room you saw, it was like these balls that you have to jump on, and you have to jump on one color, and then the color will switch, and you have to make it across the room.
Cool.
So all these like athletic things in this like really cool trippy forest with like animals like on projected on the walls, like walking, staring at you. It was really cool. It was super cool. Team Labs. I loved it.
Glad you're more graceful than me. I just envisioned myself like face planting on those things. So I'm glad everything went well. No broken ankles.
No broken
Successfully
ankles.
completed the race. Yes.
Successfully completed the race. Yes, yes, yes. No broken nothing so far. And if I break
Yeah.
something now, whatever.
Well,
So New York this fall,
let's-
but of the rest of the majors, what do you want to do next?
Whatever one I get into next.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever one I get into. I'm just going to keep entering the lotteries and see what one pops up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know why that's awesome? What did you tell me the other day after the U.S. women's
I
hockey
knew he
team
was
won
gonna
the
bring
gold
this
medal?
up.
What did you tell me?
You and Alex
Yes,
and
group
Dad,
chat, which Mom
probably.
is actually upset that we have a group chat between the three of us.
We
Left
need a
out
group chat between the
Janice?
three. No, Janice has a group chat. She's fine. She's fine. Janet's included.
And
That's
if
still
Mom, if you're listening, it wasn't the two of us. Alex started the group chat at during the
Yeah, throw
USA
him under
hockey
the
game.
No, we've had that group chat for years.
Oh, you know what? Then
I
it's
love
new
it.
on my new phone. That's
It's new
why.
on your phone, yes,
Yeah.
because of your iPhone. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
But no, I did say that, you know, if I had listened to Eric and Alex and played hockey when I grew up, maybe I could have been at the Olympics this year. I stand by that. I think that's true. I think I
Yeah.
could have been an Olympic hockey player.
You could have. You could have. And then what was my response?
I don't remember.
I said, now that you're a little older, you're realizing I should have listened to my brothers a lot because now you're a runner after years of us telling you to start running.
Still debatable, but some things, yes. Some things, yes.
Good answer. Yeah.
Well, this is so cool. I'm so proud to see what you're doing. And I'm happy. I'm proud that you made it work because we realized at one point the only way to get a deferral was a pregnancy test that was positive. And we were thinking, how could we get a positive? Then we're like, nope, let's not mess with that kind of karma.
Yes, we're like, if we did that and, you know, they found out, it's like, then I'd be banned for life. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Not
Ooh,
worth
no,
it.
no.
And speaking of like banned from life, not banned, but you thought karma, if you denied by winning the lottery, you're like, I'll never get in. So I'm glad you did this.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
The opportunity arose and we made it happen.
Yeah. Now, when Mike wants to run 7 marathons, 7 days, and 7 continents, you're going to support that too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Though he's never going to want to do that.
Well, I'm pumped for you. Thank you for calling into the pod. This was cool. I can't wait to see the medal. Definitely send Erica the picture
Please.
for March Madness and have fun in Tokyo. I'm pumped that you're doing this. This is so cool. That was awesome. Erica, any final words for Hanna Banana?
Enjoy the rest of the time that you have out there. Make sure that you and Mike celebrate both your achievement and your anniversary because that's such an amazing trip for you guys. And yeah, eat the food, see the sights, and enjoy yourself. And it's so good to see you and talk to you again. So
You
until
guys
the next
too.
one, Hannah.
Yes, I
next
love and
one.
miss you both. It was so fun to chit chat with you guys.
We love you
And can't wait to chat with you after number 3 one day.
Oh, yeah.
An absolute badass, my sister, guys. Hanna Banana calling in from Tokyo on the On the Runs podcast. How about that?
All right, bye guys. Thank you so much.